It's me. It's Mario. Folks, if you're listening to this, we did it. My repertory theater company put Mac and me back in theaters for one weekend only, and we beat the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Hell
I can't
yeah.
believe it. But Mac and me, that little alien and that little stupid blonde cripple that went off the edge, they won. They won. And I can call him that. I'm one of the only people in America who can call him that.
One of the only people in America is Grace.
One of the only people in America who can call
Who can call somebody blonde.
Jonathan Ward. What I just called him. I won't even call him that again. It was a one and done.
Let's not get too crazy.
It was a one and done. Oh, man. Okay. What are his two sons' names?
Mac and me.
Yep, that's correct. I'm just kidding. It's Nash and Quinn.
Ooh.
Nash and Quinn. They own a restoration shop called Toyota Land Cruisers in Van Nuys, California. Isn't that amazing?
A restoration shop called Toyota Land Cruisers.
Now, did I get this one right? Is this him?
Oh, did you not?
Did I get...
I foolishly thought you went straight from an IMDb.
Hey, folks, not him. Not that. This is his older brother.
Oh, well, at least you were close. I thought you just meant you got some other guy.
Jade Caligari. Jade Caligari.
What is this Ace Attorney name?
That is a real... He lives a quiet life in Chandler, Arizona.
With his jade eggs.
Life. He was actually disabled. So I can call him that.
Was?
Yeah.
Oh. He's just stopped?
It's one of the rare... It's one of the rare castings. But he did this in... Do you know the show Kids Incorporated? You probably don't.
I do not.
Yeah. So there was a show that Fergie was on as a child called Kids Incorporated.
Oh, okay. I do know that bit.
Mm-hmm. And Jennifer Love Hewitt was on it. And I think that's about it. That's only the notable people that were on it, really. And he was on it once. And I want to say that they had some sort of dance party. And I want to say that they all got in wheelchairs, but I might be conflating the episode of Saved by the Bell where Zach meets a girl in a wheelchair but doesn't realize she is until she backs out and leaves the table that she was sitting at. And he feels weird about it. That's the whole episode. That's the whole episode, which was awesome. That's a great episode. Did you like the beginning of the show, listener? If you did.
I thought you were going to keep it going and ask me about the first episode of Saved by the Bell. And I said, this is going a little long even for a joke.
It's going a little long.
I said, is he okay?
Is he okay? He's not okay, but we're going to get through it. Did you like the beginning of this show, dear listener? If you liked it, you can go to VGBs.com/join. You can give us money. It's the only place you can do that. We don't have ads. We don't sell your data. We barely collect your data. Barely.
It'd be more efficient to do it manually.
I sell your data one line at a time
1 megabit at a time.
who wants this chunk of My Hero Zero's subscription? Who wants that? You can go to vgbs.com/join. You can join the Hive. If you join the Hive, you can join our Discord. Our Discord has cool sections where you can ask us questions. At the end of the show, we're going to we're going to answer those questions. There are a lot of good ones this week. I can't wait to get to it. First of all, happy baseball.
Happy
Lotus.
baseball.
Yeah.
And then second of all, congratulations to Niki, who's not here because they were flown up to fix the Outlook problem plaguing the Artemis II astronauts.
Yeah. Now, that's funny on two levels. One, because like Niki
Yes, it
is
is.
on the International Space Station, right? And that's great. That's amazing. On making a detour up to fix Artemis II's, whatever. Also, did you get that news this week? Because you got it from Niki Grayson.
Yes,
That
Niki
is
broke the news on
broke the
accident.
news on I guess accident. I don't know.
Niki was trying to be fun because it's a true
Yes.
thing that happened.
Yeah.
And it became news
It became news. I mean,
because it is funny.
this thing has gone very, very wide. It is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Niki needed a break from all their new stardom, and also is fixing the problems. Niki said, I do want to pass on this message. Niki said, I will fix the Outlook issue. I will not fix the toilet. I have the power to fix the toilet, and I won't do it.
Have you ever seen, I have never confirmed whether or not this is true because in my mind I want it to be true, an astronaut who went up to space with other astronauts and he secretly packed a gorilla costume. And one day late at night, he snuck away and put on the gorilla costume and started chasing them.
Wow. I haven't seen that.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Something for your weekend, everybody.
Something for your weekend. That's great. Also something for your weekend. Don't go work at Eidos-Montreal. I don't know.
If you live in Montreal,
that's just
remember when Montreal was the capital of video games in North America?
I do.
And then they
Absolutely.
decided that they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. And then we're talking like AAA and indie. Like, I mean, this was a city that had a lot of real vitality for video games, and now they're just hemorrhaging jobs. Eidos-Montreal is cutting 124 employees, including the studio head and 19-year veteran David Nfasi, which is super wild. He joined in 2007, which, like, I don't know about you, Lotus, but when I think about the year 2007, this is probably because I'm 40 dumb years old. but like, that doesn't sound that long ago to me.
No, that's like more or less when the Wii happened, kind of.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, Lotus, you're right. That's another way to make me feel cool.
Yeah.
Realizing that
it wasn't a long time ago. It's just around when the Wii came out.
Oh my god.
Actually, I think I'm undershooting it. I think the Wii's 2008 or 2009, but I don't remember. It's certainly in that window.
Well, we have power.
We do have power.
Ooh, Lotus.
Am I off by a lot? Is it 5?
Lotus. Oh, it's 2006.
Oh,
so it was November 2006.
So I was more right than I thought I was.
Yeah, you were.
Happy 20 years, Nintendo Wii.
Christ alive. That's crazy. You think they'll release like a thing later this year that you can stand on for Switch? Just as a little like, hey, remember
fatty.
this? Hey, fatty.
I wish Nintendo still had the personality.
God. Yeah, those early Wii Fit videos were pretty crazy.
They need to get Wendy Williams back on the air because I recently did see. Like, number one, free that woman, and I mean that completely genuinely, in the same way that I mean free Britney, free that woman. But I did recently see a clip of her because she'll just say stuff where she's talking to her audience about fat camp or something. She was like, "Anybody been to fat camp? Oh, I see it work for some of you fatties." In the way that Wendy Williams speaks, and I'm like, don't say that, but also never stop being yourself, Wendy Williams.
Beyonce.
Death to all of them. If she can't say it looks like it worked for some of you fatties, we never get a death to all of them.
We would never get a death to all of them.
Unfortunately, you have to take it all.
You do have to take it all. Eidos-Montreal, by the way, their most recently developed title includes Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, which was actually very cool if you haven't played it. I think it was recently on sale for quite cheap. I can't remember if it's still on sale. Oh, I'm saying way too many things that I can look up fast, and then I do it, and then it's like
They
kind
put
of
it on
annoying.
sale a fair amount.
Ooh, it is $9. It's 85%
Wow.
off. As we were talking about this now, let me see how long it is actually on sale.
I hope it's
Yeah,
3 hours.
no, it'll be April 9th is when that ends. So you
Okay.
still have a few days if you're listening to this the week it comes out. So yeah, it's $9. It's really for a really 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 sharp, polished, well written, fun video game. You should try it. They also did co-development of Fable and Obsidian's Grounded 2. Their last cuts were in December, but they also they've cut 300 employees since the start of 2024. They also had layoffs last March.
Hmm.
They are at this point an Embracer owned studio that are basically just co-developing Xbox game studio titles. That's like what they
So
do.
really stable.
Really super stable.
Really stable.
So stable. Um, Do you remember when Embracer was relying kind of on their like their entire fucking future that they spent years preparing for with all the acquisitions they did? They
Hmm.
just they kind of leveraged the whole thing on one single deal happening, and then it didn't happen.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was cool and smart.
Yeah, I will never forget actually watching that quarterly report video that they did. They did a live stream of that. The smugness with which they responded to the questions about letting this deal fall through and that being the entire reason that they did all this stuff in the first place and it didn't happen. That'll stick with me for a long time. Go find it.
I
I'll link it.
distinctly
I'll link it in the
remember
show notes.
because we worked at Fanbyte having to
Hmm.
edit their fucking logo because it was bit crushed to shit. So
That's
I
right.
had to go in and color pick and remake it.
That's right. Crazy.
Impossible.
Fucking impossible. Yeah, bummer. I mean, it sucks
Eidos
to see this
Montreal,
happen.
a crazy cut. I mean, like again, this keeps happening
Yeah.
to be sure, but there's something about Eidos Montreal that, in particular, feels so like. Now, how could that happen?
I mean, they started with Deus Ex Human Revolution, which, like, we can talk about Deus Ex Human Revolution, and maybe someday we should, because, like, I don't like that game very much, but like, it was a popular game.
It's a well
The new,
liked game.
yeah. I mean, Tomb Raider, the reboot there, was pretty popular. But however, I do remember, and this is like how sick the industry has been, and
Hmm.
it's been sick for a really long time. I remember hearing two Square executives because Square was publishing Eidos Montreal at the time. Uh, Two Square executives standing outside GDC in I want to say 2014 because that would make sense, and they were talking about how it underperformed, and Tomb Raider sold 1 million copies in 48 hours.
Is that good?
As of several years after its release, it had sold 14.5 million copies.
Is that a big number?
That's a huge number.
It's an enormous number.
It's an enormous number.
Yeah, that's the thing about Square Enix, right? Is they don't know how to do business,
No, they
but
don't.
like they have like the divine grace of God on their side that no
Yeah.
matter what they do, they keep selling out everything and somehow things are somewhat
Hmm.
working out. Do you ever think, despite all of it, Final Fantasy 15 came out?
That's
It's a
crazy.
video game that came out and
It
it
came
has its
out.
problems, but it's pretty well liked.
It's yeah, yes, yes. It is
It
getting.
has its merits.
It had a better reception at the time than 13, and it is getting the critical reappraisal that 13 got a few years ago. I feel like. So from multiple angles, that game I would say it is a success,
Mhm.
kind of despite itself because go back and look at that development cycle and it was fucking crazy. But Square, they don't know how to do stuff. the fact that they invested what they did in Final Fantasy 14 and it kind of worked out, I think has bought them so much kind of like, I don't know, false kind of like currency in the
Yeah.
games industry as kind of like, well, they did this like crazy rehab job on this dead game. Like, doesn't that give, well, kind of, when you look at everything else that they've done, it takes too fucking long. Again, can't stress this enough. I know it's a different time, but when you go back and look what Square Enix did from 1995 to 2001, it's astonishing.
Yes.
It is quantity that you won't believe, and it is quality that makes that 6 year gap, 5 year gap, 6 years feel like 2 decades. Who knows how the math works?
No one's quite sure. 5 years,
No one's
six
quite sure.
year, 5 years, or 6 years.
But it's by inflation standards, it's 25 years worth of games by
Yeah.
today's standards. I mean, it's
I mean, it is, 'cause
ludicrous.
they're just doing it again, inflated.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
nailed it. I mean, yeah, that's the thing is no matter how much they fuck up, they, for the time being, can
Yeah.
always press the Final Fantasy button,
Right.
which is why it's named that, which is still funny.
Super funny.
That's the thing too, is like as well as Final Fantasy VII Remake has sold, I remember hearing that it was actually going to be a thing at the time and being like, oh no, so they're in trouble. Because they don't care if that comes out unless they're in trouble. Like just
Right.
historically, that's how Square Enix works.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
they don't know how to do business.
No, they don't.
Only by purchasing or hiring so many incredible people have they managed to do anything right. And now they've sold some of them to Embracer, and now they're all fucked
Now they're all fucked.
because they have an even less competent overlord.
I just don't get it. I just don't get what we're doing. And we're letting just so much just institutional. I mean, those games exist, right? And I mean, like, yes, there's a chance that they could get delisted or whatever, and we still see delistings happening. So it's not so much that I'm fearful of losing the games, but just kind of losing like the legacies and the people making these things and getting
Yeah.
to iterate on systems and things like Nintendo does. I'm not saying Nintendo is not without their problems. We talked about some of the Japanese labor market issues a few weeks ago, which I think are like super, super, super important to bring up. But it's like we are losing so much of that in North America.
Yeah, even the more like mundane thing, which is that
Yeah,
Eidos-Montreal is and has been a really talented co-dev studio, and that's very
totally.
like from the gamer perspective, that's like very boring, right? Like
Yeah,
all those credits are like we made the game work fundamentally,
right. Yep.
and maybe not necessarily in any way that you'll ever really
Yeah.
notice,
Yeah,
but
if
that's
you
like
liked
vital.
something from Crystal Dynamics in the past like decade and a half, like Eidos Montreal worked on that probably.
Yeah,
They co-developed Marvel's Avengers, which is a game that had like a lot of problems, but I think it had a weird amount of promise that it just was never ever going to be realized because they really had to make that a live service game, and that game was not that was never going to succeed as a live service game. Um, anyway, yeah, this is just absolutely crazy. Not that this shit is real, but they were voted as one of the best places to work by GamesIndustry.biz in November 2021. So, just 5 years ago.
just 5 years ago.
Just 5 years ago. That is not a long time. Moving on. Hey, remember when we talked about Shinji Mikami's brand new studio called
Unbound.
Unbound. Jeez. Remember that, like how they just formed, have been making something kind of
Yeah.
in stealth mode. They've already been acquired by Stellar Blade Dev Shift Up. They're entering into a publishing partnership, which is really just a full acquisition. They're going to be handling distribution and publishing for their titles. They uploaded a little partnership, like documentary about it, which was like,
I know the documentary is 4 minutes and
quote
42
unquote.
seconds long. I'll kill you.
Yeah, I know. That's what they called it. It's a documentary. It's not. Um, but yeah, listen.
The video, I'm not saying it is. It's AR. Is it AI?
It's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell because AR stuff tends to have that kind of
There's
look. And
there
hey,
are a couple
so
shots
so
here
does
where they're
Stellar Blade.
so does Stellar Blade. There are a
That's
couple shots
why
here in this tower that look AI to me. This zoom into the weird stuff. Like you just have to go look at it. We'll
there's a
link it in the
frequent
show notes.
ARAI sheen to it, which would also make
Yes,
sense because Shift Up seems to be really interested in Gen AI
they
in a
are.
way that is so gauche for the two
Mm-hmm.
reasons, right? Number one, generative AI has never been cool, but it's extra not cool now that we know how not cool it is.
Mm-hmm.
And the second part is this kind of bizarre xenophobic thing that you hear
Yes.
coming out of Korea and Japan games sometimes, which is like, well, we just can't keep up with China. There's so
Yeah.
many employees at their studios. There's 100 of us and there's 1,000 of them, and it's like, well,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
It's
30 people worked on Final Fantasy VII. So who
uh
cares?
yeah, who cares? Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit?
Um
What are you guys talking about?
it's interesting. Yeah, Stellar Blade did a lot for this studio. They also
Yes.
did
All they
Goddess of
they also
Victory
have
Niki.
infinite money from Goddess of Victory Niki because that is
Yeah.
a Korean gacha game that is very popular.
Yeah, which was published by our
The
favorite
phone.
company.
Oh, that makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense.
Level Infinite. That's Tencent, baby. Beep, 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 beep. Hey,
Meow,
just
meow, meow, meow.
your periodic quarterly reminder. If you see Level Infinite, that is Tencent.
Mhm.
They are trying to rebrand so you don't go, oh,
And
that's
the
Tencent.
thousands of Chinese employees that they have that no Korean or Japanese worker could ever stand up to the might of. They need generative AI so one employee can do the work of 100
Can do
employees.
to 100.
Okay.
Um, there's a really interesting thing here. Like I haven't played Stellar Blade. Okay, I haven't played it. I don't think I have any sort of drive to do it.
No.
So I need to be clear that I haven't played it. But it has a place in the current culture war that has the Unbound Studio output now deeply in question for me about like what
Yes.
kind of vibe it's going to have. Um, and
And that
that
is
just worries
also
me.
shift up because that's an issue with Nikkei
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Um, one could argue it's an issue with all gacha games that have a sizable Korean audience, but
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
misogyny is real.
It is real. It is real. It
It's
is real.
alive and well.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. It's like I'm glad Mikami got his money.
Yeah.
Just like many Japanese game dev auteurs, he has such a level of influence and like well-earned respect
Yeah.
that he could get that money. And if you need that money, sure. But like, man, it
Yeah.
shifts up. Ugh. I
Hmm.
do. It's weird. The CEO of Shift Up is like a strange, deeply strange figure because he does
Yeah.
seem like someone who he seems like one of those CEOs who's originally a game developer and does care about the games a lot, but he's so weird, man.
He's weird.
He's just
He's
weird.
weird. He's just weird.
He's just weird.
He's just weird. Speaking of other games in different kinds of peril and AI, Stormgate, which is a kind of a StarCrafty strategy game.
Yeah, ex
It's about to,
Blizzard folks.
yeah, ex Blizzard folks. It's about to lose its multiplayer online modes because an AI company bought the server provider called Hathora. They've been taken over by an AI company that is going to use their latest purchase, quote, to work on compute orchestration for AI inference at scale.
Mm-hmm.
Frost Giant, who make Stormgate, says, quote, our game server orchestration partner Hathora has been purchased by an AI company. They're winding down their service at the end of April. This will create a planned outage for Stormgate's, by the way,
Hey,
it's not a great name.
what was the Nazi website called?
Storm Shield 1.
Storm Shield
Yeah.
One.
So it's the storm is just tough, right? It's tough.
There's a lot that you can do, but you should rarely do it
You should
first.
rarely do it first, yeah.
You can put it
Uh
second.
yeah. Storm gates, yeah. It just like it does like it like sticks in the side of your mouth. You're just like Stormgate. It's like,
My new social media website, Stormgate. Yeah.
Yeah, Pete Hegseth got in touch with leaders at Stormgate this week. Yeah. Stormgate's multiplayer modes. Stormgate will be patched so they can be played offline, but online modes will not be available at that point. We hope to restore online play in a future patch, but this work will be dependent on Frost Giant finding a partner to support ongoing operations. What a like, can
I'd
you
be so
fucking imagine?
fucking mad.
Like,
It's bad
can
enough that
you
we have
imagine?
data centers. We can't even use the data centers for videos games.
It's astonishing. Obviously, um, Stormgate, any sort of kind of a lower level, maybe double A independent group that is making a game with online play. You need to look at backups all the time. You need to have those things right. This is why at work, like when you have the opportunity to back something up and have like a separate partner on some sort of a waiting contract to take over your stuff in case like your CDN falls apart. I know that's a luxury, but it's like
Mhm.
I just as totally unsolicited advice. Like I don't know, maybe because this shit is happening, look around at maybe options that you have in this thing. I'm not saying this is like their fault at all. Like this fucking
No.
sucks, but it's like this is one of those things where it's like it's almost unimaginable to just have a game that you're playing online go offline because the server provider has just been bought by this AI company is pivoting, um, which is just fucking crazy. So yeah, they're gonna get offline modes working. Hopefully they'll be able to get it up, but I don't know. It's wild. They also did the server infrastructure for Splitgate 2, which is actually kind of funny. I feel bad a little bit, but it's like, hey,
Didn't have to pay a
uh,
lot for that, huh?
no, that was a quick little turnaround for them, quick little diversion. But yeah, hopefully they get this shit going for Stormgate. That is, I don't know. That's just so fucking sad.
Yeah, and especially because I believe Stormgate is free to play with like a monetization system. So they
Yeah,
really, it's not like some other games, and certainly there's issues if it's an RTS where you can just do peer to peer, where
yeah,
it's like one person would have such an advantage because of the way that those games are. And also it's
yeah,
free to play, so everyone would need it. Like, man,
yeah. What's also interesting, I went over to the website now for Hathora. Just details here just really stink. The platform is discontinuing its service. This is on the banner at the top. Discontinuing its service for game companies as a result. The Hathora platform is frozen with immediate effect and will permanently shut down after 90 days, at which point all support and administration will cease. So I just want to get this straight because I mean this kind of lays bare how craven and cruel and shitty and stupid most Gen AI kind of companies are, is that they believe that this Hathora, Fireworks AI believes that Hathora is probably some sort of key to unlocking whatever fucking multiple they have in mind for their AI
gonna 10x my
platform.
business.
They're going to 10x their business, but they don't want to give the services they were providing 90 days to just kind of unwind and figure this out. It's just it's just fucking unfathomable. I just like
Also, it,
I
it
hate these
makes
fuckers so
money.
much. I know it makes money. It's
Turn
not
off the
like
money make machine. We've just bought them and nothing works yet. Let's turn off the money machine.
it's so dumb, so dumb. Everyone's just rushing to turn off the money machine. It's fucking embarrassing.
They're climbing over each other, trampling one another, saying,
Trampling
please,
each other,
please let me turn off the money machine.
trampling each other. Um, and I think some good news, rare good news coming out of the U.S. government, and rare news as it applies to Nintendo. U.S. Patent Examiner has rejected Nintendo's quote summon subcharacter to let it fight in one of two modes patent as obvious. It's not. That's a non-final ruling. But this is really interesting story. So this patent specifically regards summoning a subcharacter, which then fights in one of two battle modes, automatic or manual. The patent office director Squires ordered a manual re-examination, an ex parte re-examination, if you want to get
Ooh.
legal with it. In November, 2 months after the patent was granted. Rejected on the basis of prior art references, previous patent applications by Bandai Namco, Konami, and 2 by Nintendo itself. This has nothing to do with the Pal World stuff and Pocket Pair, but it is illustrative of America's hostility towards patenting gameplay systems versus Japan's open embrace of the financial strategy. That's a good note, Lotus. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if people always recognize, like, I mean, with Nintendo, it is probably a lot more about protecting their concept of IP and copyright and trademark, because IP, copyright, and trademark are much more difficult to go after people for compared to patents.
Yeah.
But for most Japanese studios, it is just about making money off of the patents. And it's just a cultural difference to a certain extent that, like, the United States Patent Office, even the shitty one we have now, tends to put more scrutiny on, like, gameplay systems because it's so fucking unpopular.
Yeah.
It's almost as if patents are dumb. It's almost as if copyright is dumb and bad.
It's bad. Dumb and bad. We should be able to make whatever we want about Mickey Mouse right now.
Yes.
Not just Steamboat Willie, but all the versions of Mickey. Okay.
Yeah. I do think it's funny when that whole thing happened and it was like, we can do whatever we want with Steamboat Willie now. We could even do this. And it's like, that's not even... There's a lot of parody you could already do very legally.
Very legally. And also, like, I don't even think there was, like, a run on that the way there was Winnie the Pooh. I feel like Winnie the Pooh, people went ape shit for Winnie the Pooh. All of it was bad. All of it was bad.
Many such cases.
Many such cases. Nintendo has 2 months to respond to this. That period can be extended because, like, most legal things can just be kind of extended indefinitely if a judge basically allows it to happen. Also, it is a non-final decision, and even when it is final, it's one of those final underscore final V1, V2, final underscore whatever, because it can be at the minimum an appeal to the federal circuit, which is often a place where things will get reversed or struck down in certain ways. So, very interesting. The entire 104-page order is on the link in the show notes if you're a real pervert. So go read that now.
Imagine having to write 104 pages to say these guys did that already. Like, not only these guys did that already and people had been doing this, but we have it in writing that they tried to, that they asked us if this was a thing. From 20 plus years ago.
20 plus.
The Konami one's from 2002.
It's crazy.
Being a lawyer sucks.
Being a lawyer sucks ass.
I gotta write 100 pages.
Stupid. Well, let's talk about something else. You remember Garry's mod? There's a new thing called Sandbox.
Sandbox.
It's like a S ampersand box.
It's a little cute.
Sandbox.
The guy from Undertale.
Hey, this is a great a name for something with the ampersand and everything. You just want to go to sbox.game. I am shocked, actually, that S-box in every single one of its forms is not owned by the Microsoft Corporation. I'm shocked.
Well,
actually.
But they're always so on top of things.
They are always.
I would really expect that they have all of that.
This is built on a modified Source 2 engine. You'll be able to publish your Sandbox games directly to Steam without paying Face Punch after striking an agreement with Valve, which is kind of cool. So Face Punch is making Sandbox, and they've struck an agreement with Valve, and you could just like put them right up there, which I think is very neat. Do you want to explain Garry's mod, Lotus?
Well, there's Garry with 2 R's.
With 2 R's.
And he said, I love the Source engine. And I love playing around in the Source engine. And I'd love if everybody could do that easy style. So he made a game ? Which is a sandbox, which is where the pun for the next one comes, where you can take any asset ever that you have on your computer and you can put it in Gmod and you can wiggle stuff around and you can use that to build like Source Filmmaker cutscenes, which you have seen pornography of. I know you have. Everybody has. Even if you don't want to.
No, even if you.
That's why I can't even pretend to judge. It doesn't matter if you wanted to or not. We've all seen Tracer get up to some stuff. So there's that. You can also make games. If you've ever heard of Trouble in Terrorist Town, if you've ever heard of Sled Race, those are Gmod
Yeah.
game modes that were made by people that you can now go in and play anywhere. If you've ever played GTA 5 Online, a few of the Call of Duties have this, a game mode called Prop Hunt, where you
Yep.
can turn into random props around the map and you have to try to hide while someone's looking for you. That's originally a Gmod
Gary's
game mode
mod.
called Prop
Yep.
Hunt. Tower Unite, if you've ever heard of Tower Unite, that also used to be a Gmod server / game mode that would then lead into other game modes like Golf or Infected or Sled Race or a million other things. So it's basically like a game that is a sandbox and also mod development platform. And it sounds
Yeah.
like Sandbox is just going to be it on crack. And you can just put the game straight on Steam. Someone will be making the hidden in days.
Yep.
And I'll be happy for it.
I'll be happy for it as well. This has been in development since 2015, actually. Gary Newman, who made the first Gary's mod, of course, has been working on a sequel, and they did announce that this game will be officially released on April 28th of this year. So very, very, very not long from now. Very cool. Yeah, I really can't wait to see what kind of pornography this thing gets up to.
It's gonna get crazy.
It's just straight into Steam too. That's the best part. Hey, just as a public service announcement, if you're looking to buy Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, the OGs, by the way, not the remakes, and also Breath of the Wild 4, which nope,
Breath of Fire.
the Wild 4.
He's sick. Get him,
folks. Breath of Fire 4, which is a really good one, I think. If you're getting them on Steam, it's just the GOG versions. But hey, guess what? They come with DRM on Steam. So don't do that. So don't.
Crucially, when you buy things on GOG, also these games are 3 trillion years old. They're not going to get updates, so just buy them on GOG and download them. They're 50 MB, maybe.
Yeah, right. Or
there's other ways.
Or don't buy them. Doo-doo.
Doo-doo-doo. We can't get a soundbar because I would abuse it. But if we did, it would be that noise and then the explosions from that Queen radio clip that I had.
Yes. The same DRM in these games is the one that was impacting performance in the Resident Evil 4 remake. So performance may not be impacted on these 1 billion-year-old games, but
it's annoying.
It's annoying. It's super annoying. One thing that is near and dear to me as a gaming historian, he is Norman. Look at
normal.
I wrote normal Caruso in this note. Normal Caruso. That's really good. Shit. Norman Caruso took a break after the Oregon Trail video he made, which is a very cool video. And not to listen, I don't even need to say this. I don't know why I'm going to say it. It doesn't need to be said. But I remember at the time when he's like, I'm taking a break. In my head, I was like, this guy's fucking done. He is done. He's donezo. He doesn't want to come back to this. The light is out of his eyes. He's done. And it's true. And it's true. He went to his channel on Friday to announce that he is done making content for the channel. He's still making a podcast with his wife. He says he cusses on the podcast, which I'm very excited about because I didn't know that, and that's amazing. If you've never seen a Norman Caruso gaming historian video, he has got a few that I think are absolute bangers. You got to go watch them. They're great to just have in the background, but they're also great to get locked into. His Tetris documentary is amazing. His Super Mario World stuff is really good. He's got a Super Mario 2 video that I think is excellent, and Super Mario 3 video that are really good. He's done some stuff across like different. It's not just Nintendo stuff, but I really like his content. I think he makes good videos, and a lot of his more recent stuff over the past 4 or 5 years. I think is excellent. That stuff is staying up. He was making a video about the Universal versus Nintendo legal case, which involved a lot of Donkey Kong stuff. And instead of finishing that video, he's going to upload all of the documents that he was able to collect from that research and just let us look at it. There's a lot of stuff like Shigeru Miyamoto sketches of Donkey Kong from the early days, which is really, really fun. He's burnt out and he wants to do other stuff, and I think that's neat. I think it's cool to do something for 16 years and then decide you don't want to do it anymore. That's fine.
I know you mean it, but you couldn't have sounded. You couldn't have sounded more bitter the way you said it. I think it's fine if you want to do something for 16 years and then like not do it anymore. Then that's fine.
I don't know how to sound like a normal person who means things anymore. I think I also might need to figure out my own kind of stuff, you know. No, but really though, I think it's neat. Good job, Normal Caruso, for 16 years of doing this cool stuff.
16 years of being normal.
16 years of being normal. And I'm going to go listen to your podcast you have with your wife where you cuss. They apparently did a history of the Super Soaker recently, which I think is kind of fun.
Okay. For Black History Month? That sounds like a joke out of context, but the guy who invented the Super Soaker is black, just for the record. It sounds like I realized as I was saying it, this really sounds like bullshit. But I thought it was.
I can't believe you'd say that. Niki's not on the show this week. God, that's funny. I don't know when it aired. Maybe it aired in February. I don't know. But yeah, go watch his older stuff. It's so good. He's got this like incredibly PBS voice. It's charming. So that channel will be missed, but I'm glad he is able to walk away on his own terms. Lotus, you played a couple games this week.
I did. I have been.
Tell me about
them. Which one would you like to start with?
Let's do the Perfect Tower 2.
Okay, I have it open right now. Because it's an incremental game.
Oh, it is? That's fun.
It's interesting. I really like the characterization of it because it is technically a tower defense game where...
Holy fuck. Okay.
Yeah,
yep.
you know, in the end of cubes, they are trying to build a perfect tower to defend themselves, and it's not going great. So they build a simulation. And so you're I guess it's not a simulation, but a simulation island thing where you can test it and whatnot. And so there's approximately 3 million different systems. I unlocked this place called the Laboratory, and it's like you will research every element that the enemies can be, right? Okay, makes sense. And when you do that, you know, you'll get resistance against them, you'll get bonuses, and you'll be able to unlock modules, which means like you can do an electricity burst move or something like that.
Okay.
Each element has its own idle farming mini game to it, including one that's literally farming because it's the nature element. So there's that. There's the factory, which is like a crafting item accrual thing where you get all these different ores from the mine, which is also its own thing.
Okay.
And then you get the little shards, and then you refine the little shards, and then you use all your different machines to turn the shards into different things, like screws and rods and O-rings and rubber and all this shit. And then you build better machines that then passively farm stuff for you also. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. I mean, it's free.
It's
the
free.
Record.
I noticed
I'm enjoying how much of a lot it is.
Yeah.
It feels pretty like fine-tuned with the balance of a lot of things, which is kind of shocking in some ways, like just how big the numbers get and how much is going on and how long your tower runs and stuff can go. There's also worker automation, which I haven't gotten too deep into, but right now I have them both in my power plant, and they basically refill the stuff and turn the power plant on automatically, which boosts the efficiency of other buildings that I have selected.
Right.
So I don't even have to be there.
Is it it's kind of a dumb question, actually, now I'm thinking about it. But like with incremental games, sometimes like the loop is laid so bare that it's like, okay, no matter what choice you make, just hitting the go up button is what you want. Like you may learn that it's not as efficient as some other thing that you could have done, but
Right.
like you're still just basically going, sure, I'll do a little bit better over here. There's so many systems that look crisscrossed here. Like it wouldn't really make sense in an incremental game for you to be able to invest in something that makes you worse at it. Like that's not really what I'm asking, but like
Hmm.
do you feel like you're like thinking about this more than other incremental games, or is it just still kind of like burr click click when I have the ability to go burr?
It's a little go burr, but it's
Okay.
also because there's so much going on. It has the one thing that I really like in a lot of incremental games where like yes, some things are going to be more efficient than others,
Sure.
but I also even early on kind of felt that freedom of like there's so many systems that if
Right.
I just start spending the points, like I'm not going to be wrong,
You're not gonna be wrong.
but
You're just gonna
everything.
you're just gonna be exploring the benefits of some systems before other ones,
Right.
basically.
Maybe in 100 hours, I'll discover that that wasn't a
Sure.
great idea,
Right. Right.
but it'll
Right.
be fine. Yeah, I don't know. I forgot what your question was.
It was basically just like, do you feel like you're thinking about this more than other incremental games, or is it like, are
There's
you still? It's
times
just
where
it's
I
just
do,
more. Okay. All right.
because there's one interesting thing that I don't think every incremental I've had has,
Yeah.
where most of them have like a prestiging system, which is you
Right.
get to your number and then you go all the way back down to zero for some invisible benefit. But
Right.
the interesting thing about this game is when you do that, all of the resources you have go into a trust fund and then
Oh.
it slowly pays them back out to you in your next thing. And
Okay.
there are also like some perks and stuff you can get that make it pay out faster.
Interesting.
So yeah, there's levels of complexity to it. There's also the thing
Okay.
that again not everything has where when you upgrade a building unless you get a specific perk you can't use it.
Hmm.
So sometimes I do have to think about like doing things in the right order, right? Where
Right.
if I can use all of the money that I have right now and upgrade my building that upgrades the tower, right?
Right.
But the
Yes.
tower is the best way to farm the basic resources.
Yep.
So I probably shouldn't do that if I'm about to prestige because then I won't be able to upgrade at all and I'll be stuck in baby mode. My
Right.
tower won't do shit for me.
Right.
So like there's levels of it to that. There's a couple of the buildings that have like barely touched because I opened it and Professor Cube said, "Would you like me to talk about it, the tutorial?" And I said, "Yes, I would." And then I read through it and I said, "I'm not doing this right
I'm
now.
not.
I'm not learning
Forget
this
it.
right now. I'm simply not going to learn this right now.
Forget it.
Forget it."
That's really funny. Well, I've added this to my library, um,
I
and
think you should get into. I do think it takes that like the impetus that I think someone who likes these kinds of games needs,
yeah,
which is where you need to just be okay with kind of not knowing what anything does because
yeah,
all of the currency will pay off at some point. Like it's
at some
fine
point,
if you don't know what the
sure,
fuck is going on. I
right.
was really shocked, especially because this game is free to play, that I got an achievement for maximizing a module, which means that I had maxed out
Mm-hmm.
uh, the kind of base upgrade for attack speed on the tower.
Mm-hmm.
In case
Right.
you don't know, if there's ever an incremental game that you play with combat, maximize attack speed first.
Mm-hmm.
It's always the right option. And I got that achievement, and it said 11.1% of players have gotten it. And I said that's really
Okay.
fucking low because this took me like maybe 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I said, what's
Huh.
going on?
What is happening?
That's strange.
Are you simply the smartest person that's ever played this game?
I'm in the top 12 percentile
That's
of
crazy.
smartness for the perfect tower too. No,
That's
I don't know.
wild.
I would imagine it does have like I've joked before that the VGB's audience is the meme that's like I'm 30 to 40 years old and I don't need this or whatever it
Yeah,
is.
that's
If
us.
if you're 30 or 40 years old, I don't think that having to read a bunch of stuff up front and having basic visuals is that off-putting. Like
Yeah.
in a lot of ways, if a computer could have run numbers this big without
Mm-hmm.
exploding, this game could have been made a long time ago.
Yeah.
And it has kind of those rough edges of old pervert games that I enjoy.
Lotus, have you messed with the AI script editor?
I have I unless that's the worker thing, then no.
I'm just looking at a screen here that says
Okay.
AI script editor : DOS dot crates : Idler V2, which is just
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
okay.
So there is. I have not touched it yet because that's one of the buildings that it costs so much fucking money that I basically haven't
Okay.
touched it. Because there is this building is called the headquarters, I think, and it's important for prestiging, but the extra stuff it has, I just like have not looked at all because it's a lot. But mostly, what you do is your escape from Tarkov, like Bitcoin farming, not actually, but you have
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
servers running and they do blah blah blah. And you need the servers to install and run software for the tower training simulation.
Yeah.
And so you can do stuff like you can make all the enemies appear faster or move faster, or you can reduce the time it takes for them to spawn to zero. So it's just a constant stream, and that helps you farm faster.
Yeah.
Anything more that it does, I have no idea because I said that's a lot. I gotta go. I want to go back to the mine.
I want to go back to the mine. There is something really funny about the Steam description of this game. It says key features: play it anywhere, on the bus, at work, at school. Seamlessly switch to the web or mobile version of the game. Note: mobile version of the game is not yet released. So, listen, just one note. Not really a feature, is it? Not really a feature, is it?
Well,
Not really a feature, is it?
you
Not
know,
really a feature, is it?
maybe someday.
Maybe someday, but that's a cool ambition. Yeah, this game gets updated with some frequency. It looks like version 1.0.12 came out less than a month ago. So this is getting updated since its November 30th release. Cool beans. That's neat. All right. What about Lucid Blocks?
I don't know.
You
I
don't know.
don't know. I have mixed feelings on it. I think the fastest way to explain it and kind of its visuals is that it's like LSD Dream Emulator by way of Mice Rat Minecraft.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
did. I will say I got really close to refunding this game because I didn't realize
Ooh,
there was a
interesting.
pixelation slider and the game was hurting my eyes so
Oh,
badly. I was like, I think
sure.
I have to just refund it. This is after
Mm-hmm.
legitimately 20 minutes. So if you're gonna get it, open up that config menu and turn that pixelation. I don't know, maybe the first pip, and then I also turn the bloom off. I think. Right.
Smart.
It is like both of those games. It is an endlessly refilling, procedurally generated world.
Mm-hmm.
The exact goal, I'm not 100% sure on because
Seems unclear.
I have
Yeah.
maybe like 3 hours in it or so. Uh, it is a significant amount of somewhat aimless wandering. And then
Yeah.
there's the crafting system, which is called apotheosis, where
Ooh.
you put stuff in the thing, and depending on how much of the stuff you put in the thing and in what order and where on the thing, it makes different stuff.
Yes.
And there's like somewhat of an esoteric, I guess you'd say, like element system where pretty much anytime you try to craft two like earthy blocks together,
Uh huh.
then they make more earthy things, even
Yeah.
if they're completely unrelated. So if you put like clay and dirt together, then
Yeah.
they'll I think they make like bricks or something.
Sure.
And then there's clay bricks, and then there's tile clay bricks, and like a bunch of shit like that. But then there's a bunch of little other items, like you can get a hook shot really easy. There's a lot of weird enemies wandering around. There are bees, lots of cute
There are
bees.
bees. There are a lot of bees I'm seeing.
There's also a bee item, which I
Yes.
enjoy.
It's like a
But
bee pup. Look, a bee hand puppet. It looks like.
yeah, I think it's if it's not a bee hand puppet for children, I think it might be one of those hand sponges you use to wash your dog. Do you know what
Got
I'm
it.
talking?
Yes, I
Like
do.
one of those little mittens.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the glider glove. And one thing that is very charming about this game is that there is that I guess you'd say FMV, like pixelated FMV
Yeah,
hand
a
in the corner
hand.
sometimes. And your
Yeah.
items are always a real thing that they're holding. Anytime you get food, it's like a
Yes.
stuffed clownfish that you then
Mm-hmm.
crunch on. And the bee puppet is a glider. And so you hold your hand with the little bee facing you, but then when you use it, you go like do 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 do, which
Okay.
is very cute and charming.
That is very charming.
the game is very esoteric,
Mm-hmm.
and I have just spent so much time just kind of walking around that I'm like, I did turn the game off because I made it to a little challenge thingy, not knowing what it was. I
Mm.
click on it. I've been looking for it. I have 1 HP. I die fairly quickly because I get hit by a ball and then I die. And then it disappears and I can't try again. And I said, that's enough for today. I said, that's enough for
Oh,
today.
boo.
Ooh, I was so mad.
Yeah,
I
that's
said,
tough.
I'm gonna turn the game off now. Also, because respawning takes forever, and it's a very like uh Dark Souls pros kind of thing. That has that level
Sure.
of like that thing that I kind of get from Dark Souls and Shin Megami Tensei, which a lot of people like, but I don't, where it's like uh trading in a lot of like religious ideas and effigy, but in a way that I ultimately find pretty shallow of just like this
Yeah.
thing is cool. And I'm like, that's fine. But why does respawning take 30 fucking seconds?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, I'm
And
like, I get it. Despondent vermin, maybe this world will have whatever. Just get in the game.
in today's
Uh
economy, no, get me back in.
well, yeah, that's my 30
Yeah.
seconds. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
I don't know.
goofy.
I'm gonna spend more time with it. I have managed to craft a pretty good amount of stuff and like level up a lot. But I don't know how much juice it has for me. I was
Okay.
very charmed in the beginning because it does have that like old Minecraft thing of like I don't know how to
Yeah.
craft anything, and this world is kind of cute and charming, and these really weird fucking things are showing up. Like there is a
Mm-hmm.
not Hero Brian that scared the living shit out of me. There's random hostile creatures, and I was like, man,
Mm.
I'm getting killed through walls.
Yeah, that's tough. Hey, who made this game?
Lucy Blocks, I think.
Yep. Lucy B. Locks.
I forget
So,
what the dev's actual name is, which is unfortunate, but if that's
yeah.
what they're credited as,
That's
then
what they're
hey.
credited as. It's pretty funny. Yeah, Lucid Blocks. Great.
Maybe.
Lotus played two. Well, no. Yeah, it is great that you played it though. And thank you for sharing.
I see. We'll see if
Yeah.
my tune changes. I'm like, I think I need a break from this and then
Yeah.
to come back.
Absolutely. I did not play anything this week. Instead, I went to the Moody's
Ooh.
and I saw Project Hail Mary, which I liked okay.
You liked okay?
Made me cry a lot,
Okay.
actually.
For me, and when I say for me, I mean if I said that, I need you to know it
Hmm.
means nothing.
Yeah,
If I
no,
hear
that's fair.
something, it's over.
No, that's fair. It's kind of a drop of a hat these days for me. So
Yeah.
I do, um, it may not mean much either, actually, in the grand scheme. But you know, here's the thing with Project Hail Mary. And I'm not gonna spoil this film for you, much at least. It's a go in space. There's a problem. Ryan
Mm.
Gosling's the only one who can go into space and fix it.
Just like Nikki.
Now, does it? Yeah, just like Niki. Now, does that really? It's just don't worry about it. Basically, the movie is like, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter that there are 8 billion people on Earth and that this one high school teacher or middle school teacher like
It's like
figured it out.
Interstellar.
It's a little bit like Interstellar. It's actually a lot like Interstellar.
The trailer, I will say, I had heard a lot of good things about this movie, and even going into it, some hype. When we saw Iron Lung,
Yeah,
I think it was the trailer.
yeah,
That trailer, I put me off because it's so
yeah.
like it's like Gravity, Interstellar, like blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
Yeah, what's interesting is that like I think Interstellar is about 20 times better than this movie. Like I think it's
Ooh.
like
Do you like Interstellar a lot?
I do like Interstellar a lot. I
Okay.
do. But I also it's so interesting. Everything that people goof on it about, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very in the
Yeah.
middle on Interstellar.
It deeply affected me though when I saw it. It
I
did
think
really
about that
do that.
OST once a week.
Oh, it's crazy.
Mountains? Get out of here.
The Hans Zimmer soundtrack, the score for Interstellar goes crazy. It's really really good. The use of the organ is insane in that movie. Like what a choice! It's just so wild. You know what someone else said the other day? I can't remember who said it. I was thinking about this because I saw a trailer for a movie called Mother Mary, and it's basically Anne
Oh,
Hathaway
yes.
playing Lady Gaga as or something.
Yes.
She Anne Hathaway, I don't know. I don't have anything against her. She seems fine, and she's a participant in two of my favorite phenomenon in Hollywood. One is the phenomenon of pretending like she doesn't look like an actual Disney princess in movies, where it's like,
It's
where
insane.
it's insane. There are like 5 movies where they're like, let's make her ugly, and it's like, hey, you can't. By the way, you can't. It's
You
like it's
can't.
crazy.
I'm supposed to be like, wow, she was so ugly in Princess Diaries when she had
Yeah.
curly hair and
What?
glasses.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Be
Yeah.
so
It's
serious.
unbelievable. But the other thing that she participates in, which is really not her fault, I don't think, um, well, at least partially, she has never, ever, ever disappeared into a role. Ever. You are watching
You're watching an Anne
you're
Hathaway
watching the
movie.
most she might be giving you every molecule in her body she might be giving all of it to the craft. She really might be, okay? But you're still like, I'm watching Anne Hathaway on a screen.
Yes.
And it is crazy. I don't know how to explain it. It happens with some people. The reason I'm bringing it up is that I think Ryan Gosling is kind of there.
Oh,
I
100%.
I really like Ryan Gosling. I think the closest he's come to disappearing into a role is in a film called The Nice Guys, which is one
Mm.
of my favorite movies. It's really, really, really good.
Is that the stunt movie or is that the other thing?
No, that is based. It's a buddy cop movie. It's not, well, not really buddy cops. They're private investigators. It's a buddy action movie comedy with he and Russell Crowe in the '70s in LA.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I remember
And
this.
and he's like a bumbling moron, and it's like he kind of disappears into that role, which is fun. This movie is supposed to make us believe, Lotus, that Ryan Gosling, who is just handsome and charming in this movie, has zero personal attachments on Earth. Zero.
Right.
Like the people are like, you're a fucking loser. That's why we want to send you to space. It's Ryan Gosling. Like, if he had like a bad personality, I'd be like, well, he looks like Ryan Gosling, but he's kind of a piece of shit. But then you don't want to
Right.
follow a piece of shit for 2 hours.
Right.
Or if he's like the most charismatic person in the world, but he just doesn't look like Ryan Gosling. Like, maybe that's interesting. But like, it's Ryan Gosling being
We'll never
Ryan
get a
Gosling.
normal movie cast in a movie again. You just have to pretend as
You
you're
just have to
watching that
pretend,
he's
and
like
it's like,
a normal guy.
and I what's weird, I couldn't really do it at any point. I was like, I'm watching
No,
Ryan
it's hard.
Gosling. I'm watching Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling's up there.
And just because you dye his hair a little bit doesn't mean he suddenly stops looking like Ryan Gosling.
No, you also, you dyed his hair an impossible sandy blonde. No one can do that. The man is going to the salon every 2 weeks to get that redone. It's just, there's stuff like that where I'm just like, sorry, I live in the real world. I'm looking
Yeah.
at sorry, you have created a rich fiction, but it's not that far away from where we are, and you're supposed to have us believe that. It's
Right.
odd.
There's no more character actors. Bring back the Uggos.
You have to,
You
like,
have to.
you have to,
I mean,
you have
even
to
just
bring it
hearing
back,
about
Uggos.
the premise is like
Right.
Death Stranding has been coming up a lot lately. I feel like just a lot of people are playing it. Norman Reedus is not a particularly conventionally attractive man, and
Norman
he would
Reedus is weird looking. It's
he's weird
great.
looking. And there's immediately like, oh, you're supposed to believe that they have no connection, so like they're just going to do this
Right.
thing because of
Yeah.
that. And I'm like, that would like I get where you're coming from.
It's sad, but it's like, I get where you're coming from. Right.
Yeah.
It's like it is odd. It's a very strange thing. I couldn't quite get there emotionally at points, but I do think his performance is good. And I don't think this is a spoiler because, like, I don't know, fucking everybody's been talking about it, but there is an alien in this movie.
Oh, it's in
Meets
the
an
trailer.
alien. It's in the trailer. It's a little 5-legged rock guy named Rocky. He calls him Rocky. And their relationship is, like, really cute. And it is the basis of every single moment I cried hard in this movie. So I enjoyed it. I did not have I think the overall takeaway from it that I did something like Interstellar. I think they're better space movies. I think Lord and Miller, the two directors of this, are
This is a Lord Miller joint?
This is a Lord Miller joint. They are woefully, woefully overrated as creative minds in the industry, I believe. And also Andy Weir, the guy who wrote the book, is kind of a weirdo. You know, whatever.
Right in the
I'm
name.
not. Yeah, I'm
It's
not.
right in the name.
It's right there. It's
It's literally called
weird.
eugenics.
It's right there. It's right there.
No, I
But yeah,
Lord and Miller need to make children's movies. I'm so
they need to make
sorry.
children's movies.
It
That
will
they're
make you more money than anything ever. Quit trying to get so highfalutin.
What's weird is that like there is that silliness in this movie, but like I think tonally it's, I mean, not surprising, kind of all over the place. Like I think you can inject a lot of intensity with humor and vice versa and have something really effective. I do not think those directors are good at that. I think it is really really tough to thread that needle, and I don't think they quite threaded it in at times here. But when it did work, there are a couple of scenes where they dip down on a hostile planet to scoop up some stuff from the atmosphere. That's a really intense scene. That was cool. That was a great like 15 minutes. Reminded me a lot of the scene in Interstellar where he's got to match the speed of the spinning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the music is going fucking crazy and it's like really really intense. There are some scenes in this movie that kind of get there. But overall, I thought the pacing was kind of strange. The flashback structure only partially worked.
Ooh.
I know that is how the book is
Flashbacks are tough.
structured. I know that's how the book is structured. I don't know if it was that effective on screen. Um, Also, I have to give a side note. I went to the Alamo Drafthouse, which, well,
Oh.
do you know about their new ordering system?
Oh, I think I saw you post about it. I
Yeah.
want to say.
So you used to just go in and there was a menu and you would write on a piece of paper. Well, if you got there early enough, there would be a server that would come by and take your order. But if you needed something during the movie, you'd write it on a white piece of paper and stick it up on this little this thing on the table. And they'd come by, they'd look at the slip of paper, and they would go, "Cool, great," and then they'd disappear and bring it back to you. All right. Um, Now they've switched to phone ordering,
No.
where you have to scan a
I'm
QR code.
I'm old
And
about phone. I should never need phone for food, etc. Ever. It should
you
be
should never
optional.
need phone for food. Okay. You should. I'm also like this, Lotus. Like when they go, like I like. Okay, maybe my most boomer trait was even before COVID had totally kind of like dissipated to like a reasonable, like even before I got maybe the second vaccine, I was like, I'm tired of these fucking QR codes at these restaurants. You need to give me a menu. That was my most like boomer trait for a little while. I would never actually
At
ask
least have
for
it
it,
on the wall or
but
something.
I would always think, I'm like, please give
Yeah.
me a menu. When they didn't, I would just be like, okay, I'll use the QR code. But I was always just like, if you give me a menu, I'm going to be a lot happier. Anyway,
No one likes them.
no one likes the phone. You have to get your phone out in the middle of the movie.
Which is famously a thing that they would
That
play a whole
they,
commercial telling
a
you not
whole
to
ass
do.
commercial. Lotus, they still play that commercial. Do you know what they've added to the end of it?
Except,
they
unless,
they go, it's not, it's actually worse. They go, we understand the irony of asking you to do this order on your phone, and I'm like, when I'm a little embarrassed that I did this again. I'm turning into someone I don't really like sometimes. It came on the screen and it said, we understand the irony, and I go, the fuck you do. Like, like you don't understand it. You don't understand the irony of it. If you did, you'd be embarrassed and you wouldn't do it because it is really goofy to ask us to take out our phones and fucking order something. The worst part is that it appears that their whole system is broken because when you go click shakes and sweets, and by the way, shakes is like maybe one of the more like I think the more ordered things on their menu. Like a lot of people order shakes. They have like six
yeah.
or seven varieties. Didn't work. Just brought up movie candy. That's it.
Hmm.
Like their menu was halved in terms of quantity. When I checked boxes to order my thing a custom way, none of it worked. So
Do they
I'm
still
really
come
mad.
before the movie?
Do they still come before the movie? I got there about 10 minutes before the movie started. I did not see anyone order in person.
Damn.
It was really sad.
Y'all don't have enough seats to be doing this shit.
No.
I'm gonna go
No.
see a movie there at home in April.
Yeah.
5 rows in that theater.
Yeah.
Y'all do not have the seating and
No.
ticket capacity to not do
No.
this shit.
No.
Someone already has to bring out the damn food.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't get it.
That's
I
weird.
genuinely don't get it.
It just it makes sense for some situations, like staffing wise and whatever. For Alamo Drafthouse, a movie
Yeah.
theater where the whole shtick, whole draft house, the
Yeah.
whole shtick is that you can get food and drink there. That's crazy.
It's crazy. It's
Why?
crazy. I don't know. I don't understand it. They know it's bad because they ask you a
Yeah,
survey after they go, how did you enjoy this? And I was just like, this is making me almost immediately reconsider my monthly membership with y'all, as I pay $20 to be able to go see a movie there once a day if I want, and I usually see 2 or 3 movies a month there. And I'm like, I don't want to I don't want to do this. I don't want to renew it. Like
yeah.
like it sucks. It fucking sucks. So I have no idea.
I hope it's only at your location, and also that they get rid of it.
It's not. It's not only in my location. This
No.
is confirmed, like rolled out like fairly wide, I think. So I don't know.
Did someone buy them?
Yeah,
Someone
Sony
did,
did.
right? Sony did.
Yeah, Sony did. Yeah, Sony did,
Hmm.
and they installed a CEO that's been cutting a lot of costs, and this is one of the things.
But the question is
Gross.
how? When people say cost cutting, how can it
It
cost
Lotus,
less
it
money?
must Lotus, it must be like genuinely, it must be really, really incremental. And so they must go at
Yeah.
scale, it matters. But you're right, like at most it might get rid of one body per theater.
Yeah.
At most. It's really
Emphasis on at
odd.
most, because hey, we can, as someone, and I think you are as well, someone who's been purveying Alamo Drafthouse Cinema for a long
A long
time,
time.
it sometimes always has taken a really long time to get your order, get your food, etc. So like
A
they
really long
can't be
time.
getting rid of that many people.
No, 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 it's
What a
crazy.
bummer.
Yeah. The other thing I've been watching this week is a little television show called Summer House, which is on the Bravo network. Bravo folks, they are manufacturing their drama in a lot of ways, and I don't think I care. I think it's okay. I don't. It's still really good. And um, Summer House is a show about. This describes so much, so it doesn't really narrow it down. The worst people you know who share a summer house in upstate New York,
Hmm.
near Montauk, and they party. They work. What do they say? They work hard in the city and they play hard at the summer house. And it's a bunch of people who are between the ages of maybe 25 and 45. Lot of range there. Um, and they all just kind of hang out in the house and kind of like, they fuck each other and they get into weird scraps and drama. And now the guy who owns oh, what's the tea brand? Shit. Fuck.
Lipton,
Nope. Summer House Tea.
the one with the gay animals on the front.
No, hey, Google, don't show me drama when I look up tea. You know the guy.
Did you
You
look up
know
just
the.
tea?
I did, but it's like the guy on Summer House owns a tea company. Like, come on, like, give me a fuck. Oh my god, like you can't even. What is happening? Kyle. Okay, wait, Kyle.
Kyle T.
Kyle. Kyle T. Oh my.
Only putting
Google.
more evidence into the
Google
phobia of
is
you being old, as if it's
so.
not entirely Google's.
Google is so. Loverboy, that's what it's called. So the owner
The
of
tea?
Loverboy. What?
There's a tea brand called Loverboy?
It is a hard tea.
Oh.
A hard tea.
Horde.
Horde. So he owns Loverboy Hard Tea. He's like the 45-year-old. The drama, Lotus, is that
Hmm.
he is married to a woman named Amanda, and Amanda is now fucking one of the other people in the summer house after their divorce.
Oh.
So now we're like, wow, that's crazy. I can't wait to see how this turns out. I've watched every episode of the show Summer House. It might be like I don't feel bad about watching every episode of Vanderpump Rules. I really don't.
But
I do feel a little bit bad about watching every episode of this show. It's really bad. It's not a good one. But yet
I know it is because I thought you were going to say something else after you said we can't wait to see what happens next. But no, that's where the
no, that's
storyline
it.
is at the
That's
moment.
it. That's where it is. I'm on episode 6. I'm like, I don't know. The what they call the blogs, they're outpacing what's happening to us on the show. So I know this is going to happen. And this is what they do. They seed it this way. They go, by the way, this crazy drama is coming up. And it's like almost certainly because the ratings are flagging. And they're like, well, there's nothing going on. I was like, oh, well, now I need to see the road that they caught on camera that brought us from here to where I'm reading that this is eventually going. So it's a weird structure, right? Like a lot of people avoid spoilers, but in reality, television, it kind of feels
No,
like
you want to
no,
know
you
ahead of
got to
time.
kind of know what's happening. So it's fascinating. Anyway, I wish I was more cultured. I'm not.
But
I'm
you're
just
cultured
not.
enough to say it's not high on your ranking of reality television programming thus far.
It's not. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. I still think Vanderpump Rules. Although I've not watched the new reboot of Vanderpump Rules. I've not done that, and they've rebooted it.
I love the idea of it being called a reboot as if they haven't just aged and they
Well,
brought the show
no,
back.
no, they aged and they kicked them all out.
But
They're.
still, a reboot is like, I don't know.
I know. I know what you
It's a
mean.
little strange
Yeah.
when TV terms get applied to reality TV.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Exactly.
all the olds are
Yeah. It's
gone, only
like
the young Vanderpumps.
the NFL's getting a remake starting this season.
Yeah,
Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
because the jingle is different.
Yeah.
Nothing
Yeah.
else.
You're totally right. It doesn't make sense at all. Folks, thanks for listening to what we played, what we watched. You can now ask us a Hive question. You go to our Discord. Discord link will be in the show notes. Doesn't have a fun URL right now, and I got to fix that, but I haven't fixed it yet. So it'll be in the show notes. Go check that out. You can join our Discord for free. If you go to vgbs.com/join, you can join the Hive. And once you do that, you can go back into our Discord. You can join the Hive section. You can ask us a question in the Hive question channel. We got a lot of them this week. Let's start with Fonk asking, do you think E.T. would look less or more odd if he had legs?
He has feet though, right? On the side?
He has little nub feet that he kind of like.
Oh, they're little nut.
I
He's
think they're
hard to
little
see
nubs.
sometimes. They kept him in the dark a lot for a reason.
They
I
did.
always was
He's
under the
a
impression he
horrible
was
little
sitting like
man.
a frog.
Right. Let me look up E.T. full body.
E.T.
Oh man, it
Dakibakura.
sucks. It just sucks. This guy sucks. This fucking guy sucks ass. It's oh Jesus Christ. Oh my God. We'll pop this in the oh fuck me.
Are you?
Ugh. Yeah, we gotta pop this in the show. We'll pop this in the show. Go to youtube.com/@VGBs if you want to watch. Shit, I need to open it. No, I fucked
Ooh,
this up.
an E.T. life-size statue from Cinemaquette. Bring the magic of the movies home.
Yeah,
Log in for price.
yeah, I think that login for price. I think that's actually
That's
what
what I
I've pulled up here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this guy. There he is. There he is. There he is. God, that's tough.
Looks extra wet this time around.
This guy looks so
Because he's
wet,
always pretty
huh?
wet, but that one's pretty wet.
Yeah. Why is he got a little pooch? Why
His
has he
fupa?
got why E.T. got fupa? Why E.T. got fupa? That's crazy.
He needs his
Fupa.
organs to make lights.
He needs his organs to make lights. Yeah,
I
he does
think
have two little
legs
feet
would
that are kind
be
of like
less bad.
jammed. They're jammed into his body. I also agree legs would be better for this man.
He'd be scarier but less off-putting. He'd look like a Redead from Ocarina of Time,
He would look like a Reed Dead from Ocarina
which
of Time. That's true.
is still preferable.
Yeah.
Great question.
Great question. Great start to this one. Sawyer asking another, I think, really good one. Do you have a favorite piece of playground equipment?
Hmm. It's been a minute since
Yeah.
I've been on a playground.
Yeah.
I mean, the swings were always the
The
hit.
swings are
The swings
so
were always the
good.
hit.
The swings are so good. I got so scared of going high on the swings. And then
Yes.
one time I did go high and I was like, I can't. It was almost like drugs, Lotus. I was like,
It was just like drugs.
I think I knew what drugs were like when I went high on the swing for the first time because I was like, that was really dangerous and thrilling, and I
Hmm.
don't if I don't get to do it again very soon, I might die. Like that's how it felt to me.
That's about as much thrill as I'm really willing to. But I
Yeah,
will give an honorable mention to those huge playground sets, the underside, where you could, if you
sure.
were not an athletic child, where you would hide with your friends under there
Yes,
and play horses or whatever.
yes, yeah. Haneker asking, when a buzzy sequel to a game you haven't played is coming out, do you feel obligated to check out the original game before you play the new one?
No, I think this might be a problem with games is that they are very sure to tell you you don't need to do no, don't worry.
Don't
I know
worry.
that this is the third entry in a mainline series that's numbered 1, 2, 3, but don't worry, you don't have to care about the other
The
ones at all.
the audacity for Square to have released that you didn't have to play the first remake of Final Fantasy VII to play Rebirth, let
Whatever.
alone let alone the fact that they're acting like you don't have to play the original game, which I think you kind of do in a lot of ways. To like fully get
Well,
that.
that's why they changed course.
Uh-huh, that's
They
why they
said, "Oh
changed
shit,
course. Oh shit.
let's go back to making
Um,
everything the same."
I don't have an obligation. I do feel like a little bit of pressure, but I also this is so deeply connected for me to killing our backlog of just kind of
Hmm.
like yeah, don't worry about it. I don't know. Like
Yeah, for me, it's just that
but at
it
the
doesn't
same
really
time,
come up.
right. Yeah, it doesn't come up often. That's true.
Like,
That's
no
true.
one's going to be like, "Oh, Slay the Spire 2, it's in early access, so you better play the first one."
Yeah. Yep. Sphinx asking, because I was just reminded about it while listening to a tech podcast, why does every single notice about a class action lawsuit look like a scam? Well,
How much work
you're
are you going to do to get your 90 cents, bud?
you might be onto something. Yeah, no, class action lawsuits are interesting. They always do look fake. They always do look like you are being sent a piece of spam, whether it is physical mail or email. And it almost always looks indistinguishable from a fake spam message that your company would send you to test if you're actually doing the phishing notifications right. Why? I don't know. I think that the entire country is geared to make us not want to engage in anything involving kind of our processes or making our lives better, actually. And because of that, I think that's kind of why those notices look like that.
I think some of it too is a lot of the reliable technology and websites are so fucking old.
Yeah. Hmm.
I had to look at car insurance the other week, and I think it was Progressive that had such a Squarespace stank all over it.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
went to State Farm and it was old as balls.
Yeah.
Like the buttons that you can click hyperlinks for, nothing happens when you hover them, but you can click
Hmm.
them. And I said, I feel safer here.
Hmm. Yeah. Hmm.
That's why that deposition was 104 pages long.
That's
Because
why it was.
it's in Times New Roman space 12 and they refuse to change
Hmm.
it.
Yep. 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 Jason asking, is there a thing, no matter how inconsequential, that you think you have done more than any other human on the planet?
I had to think about this.
Yeah.
I think I might, if we're talking individual, I think
Hmm.
I've blocked more Instagram accounts.
Really?
Because I think it's fun.
Okay.
If I see an ad, I just block them. So my ads are
Do you
getting
have like an
really weird.
estimate? Do you have like an estimate on how many?
There is a
Oh, you
number.
have a number. Okay.
I know it's set. It's so funny because a lot of Instagram like stuff is very difficult to see and very obfuscated.
Yeah.
It takes like many clicks, but I think if I just
Is
press my profile, 4,557.
that is a lot.
It's
That's
a
a
lot.
lot. That's a
I don't think I
lot.
could be like an organization, but if we're
Right.
talking one person,
Yeah. Because when you said that, I was kind of immediately like, well, like celebrities, politicians, sex workers that have Instagram accounts, like they might block a lot of people.
they
But
could.
you got into the
There's also
4,000s,
private
and I was kind of
profiles,
like, there
though.
is pride. Yeah, that's true. So I'm kind of like, that's a lot. That's a
Yeah,
lot.
mine's a private profile, but I hunt them for sport.
Yeah, that's really good. I think I feel like I probably have passive simmed sports games on a device somewhere in my house on more than any other person, maybe
Oh,
living. Like it's
that
kind of
could be.
it's a sickness. There's an NBA 2K game going on right now in my bedroom. Like I know that.
Yeah, I'm not talking
Um,
about sports games, baby.
yeah, I don't know, maybe, and I don't know. I thought about like just weird quirks or like
Right.
not ticks, but like little like habits I have. I don't know if any of them are unique enough to be like, yeah, this is the most. I do this the most. So I think that's my answer. Um, yeah. Chris is asking for a Peloton update from Niki. We were intrepid enough to get Niki's one sentence answer before they took off to go fix the Outlook situation on the Artemis II. They said, I have progressed to more difficult classes in the last few weeks, but I'm on the bike less frequently and I'm using the mindfulness plus stretching stuff in the app. So you're welcome.
That was your Peloton minute.
That was your Peloton minute. Chihuahua Pug's asking, what buttons actions do you map to the back buttons on a controller, like on a PS or Elite Xbox Elite controller? What was that? Oh, okay.
I don't have none.
You don't have them?
Nope.
I have an Xbox Elite controller. I put the L3 toggles, L3 and R3 toggles on those usually, so I
Hmm.
can run and also sprint. Kind of, having those kind of toggled. But you know what? For ethical reasons, I will say that's not my favorite way to play a game. But that's what I would map those to, and that's what I have mapped them to in the past. And those are good ways to do it. Like I think the L3, like anything that's like kind of awkward to press while you're doing something else important at the same time, I'll usually
Hmm.
move to the back buttons. Um, but I personally have little claw hand joint pain after I do that for a long time. Anyway,
Yeah, I'm not fond of a back paddle.
yeah, I definitely get why they exist, and I think they're a good
Yeah.
overall invention. But yeah, I don't use them a ton. Hard Die asking, is cereal soup?
No.
I agree. It's not.
Because also you don't
Um,
need liquid for it to still
mhm,
be cereal.
yeah. Vash is asking. Everyone always says I'd simply walk away from the back rooms, like I did earlier this week on Wake Up Honey It's Tuesday, or some such. But what's a horror scenario that you would totally fall for? Not necessarily die, but one you would fall for. Here's the thing, Vash. I'd fall for a lot of horror scenarios. I am I am someone that like easily stares into the abyss. I am easily the person checking a sound in another room. I am doing so many things that I think a horror movie would be like, no, don't do that. I like when the TV turns on accidentally in the middle of the night because I roll over and hit the remote. I do sit up and I stare directly into the light of the TV, and like I could easily get got by whatever demon is inside the TV, and it doesn't matter. So there are really no. I would look into the gutter and it would pull me in. Like like there's no end to the scenarios that I would fall for. I'm a fucking idiot and I would die very quickly in almost all these scenarios.
Yeah, I don't know. As someone who is afeared of everything, and
Yeah.
also a horror movie enjoyer.
Mm-hmm.
It'd have to be some evil conniving woman.
Okay.
I think I'd get got.
Yeah.
I could get got.
Mm-hmm. Adam's just asking, do you think the guy Pokemon, like Hitmonchan, smell like an animal or like a human? That's a terrible
Like, is it
idea.
human shaped and human sized, but still
Yeah,
smells like a
but
dog?
still smells like a dog. I do think it still smells like a dog. I think it's like human shaped, but it smells like a dog. Like a
I
dog that's
mean,
been baking out in the sun.
I was gonna say I don't know if it would smell like a dog, but I don't think it smelled like a person.
I don't think it smells like a person.
Like less feces, but like a rhino maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Thick skin,
Thick skin. Yeah.
rubbery
Sticking with the theme
of thick skin.
of thick skin. Fog asking, do you have any Pokemon voice name repetition like bits you find yourself doing? Like saying coffee and coughing's cadence.
I have a couple. One of them is from the hit Nintendo GameCube game Pokemon Channel,
Okay.
where the plot is that you have a TV
Mm-hmm.
and you're in the Pokemon world. And in the
Yep.
opening cutscene for that, you have ordered a television,
Yep.
and 4 Magnemite are delivering it because they can levitate, and so they're on each little corner. And as they're flying around, their little magnets are spinning around, and they go Magnemite,
That's good.
Magnemite, just
That's
all the
really
time.
good. That's really good.
I always do the which is how Surskit sounds in the anime.
Yeah.
Only has a scant few appearances, but they're really, really strong. Just going
Solid.
ah.
Uh,
And then also, if you just want to have a good time, there's only one I can think of off the top of my head. I wouldn't quite update it to Echolalia territory, but there's oh, I don't even know what this is for. There's a old game called Pokemon Play It with an exclamation point. I think it might be a PC game. And if you go to YouTube, you can find one of my favorite videos called Pokemon Play It All 151 Cries.
that's great.
And it seems like the game developer was somewhat influenced by the anime, but they either, because of the time period, didn't have access to all the episodes and were just working off of memory, or only a few of them had come out. Because it sounds like they just got some guys from their studio and were like, okay. And specifically, the Squirtle one is Squirtle casting Bubble for some reason, presumably. Maybe because it's TCG, it's original TCG card art where it's shooting bubbles.
Yeah.
So it's just it going, Squirtle!
Yeah.
Just like that.
Just like that.
For some reason.
That's a good one. I don't do the thing where I turn it into something else, but I will say like Squirtle, Squirtle. I will do that sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
But that's about it. I'm not Pokemon pilled, so
That is true.
that's not that's just not it's not in my nature.
Oh, and I like Krabby and Kingler. They go cookie cookie.
It's pretty good. Jason asks, so fewer pocket monsters should be guys with jobs and taxes, and more should be quadrupedal critters. Are there any other games that would benefit from more four-legged critter characters? Well, the short answer is pretty much all of them would.
Just add some guys. When in doubt, add some guys.
Just add some guys. I will try to come up with a good answer for you. GoldenEye? Like, wouldn't it be sick if James Bond just dropped into like a sewer and then like there are a bunch of little like fuckers running around, and he's like, "What money penny? What happened down here?" That's what James Bond sounds like. and Moneypenny's like, James, the four-legged critters are down in the sewer, and then you have to I don't know, use your watch to zap them all or whatever. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'm a game designer.
I'm a game designer. Hitman should have more ambitals.
That would be really good. Harkavian asking, have you ever got by an actual April Fool's prank? Can be one pulled by a specific person on you or one of the big fake announcements that media outlets do or anything in between. I'm sure one of the big fake things
Right.
has gotten me for a moment, especially in the more recent years where a lot of them we're seeing combinations of like, well, they're real because you've made it real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not just a prank. You did do it. It's more of like a prank in the sense that you don't normally do the thing that you did, but you then did it. So like I definitely fall for those, but I wouldn't even count those. Um, I
I
don't
don't think I
know.
have because we have kind of a truce. My
Yeah,
older sibling's birthday is on the 30th. My mom's birthday is on April 1st. I have two
yeah,
family members on the 3rd, and then I'm on 10. So,
yeah.
like,
So you're kind of
they,
like
they usually just kind of,
leave. It's yeah,
yeah,
no
that's your
prank
birthday
zone.
gift. We won't prank you.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I'm an only child, so no,
There you go.
it doesn't really happen for me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. My Hero Zero asking, is Breakout just pinball? No,
I think you need Flipper
you need
to be pinball.
Flipper. Yeah, it's not paddle. Paddle is just if Flipper moved, it would be different, right? So it's
That's
move. Yeah, it's different. So pinball and breakout are different.
yeah. I think to be pinball, you need ball or ballish thing and the flippers.
Yeah, yeah. Funk asking, will Nikki watch the new Mario movie more or less times than the last one? Nikki did answer this in the chat. I will say, I'll just read their answer. I am contractually obligated to not talk about this movie the way I, I won't even. I won't even
No,
do.
just go,
I
just
won't
go,
even
just
do
go.
that. Okay, well, to talk about this movie the way I want to, but I will not be seeing it more than the one time I saw it. Um, Now, okay, we are now separating, okay, the part where Nikki gave that statement, and now we're separating that into what I feel like about this movie. I haven't seen this movie, okay, but I
Mhm.
did see the first movie. There's a chance I might see this movie just as kind of like a curio. Um, the Big Picture podcast over on Ringer, with those folks over there, has entered it into the pantheon of its evil movies, movies that they believe actually are like
Wow.
worse for the entire ecosystem, and they felt bad doing it. The lady who hosts that podcast said she actually felt pretty bad about being there with her kid, because it's not art and it's not valuable at all in any meaningful sense,
Jeez
and which
Louise.
was fucking brutal to hear. But I'm here to tell you, folks, I've heard a lot of other critics make the rounds and go, I didn't like this movie at all, but like I'm not trying to yuck your yum. I am. I think if you like this movie and these movies, you should get out more. You should go try new cuisine, or watch a sunset, or try to write a poem, or play a new game that you haven't played, or go see a movie that's not the Super Mario Galaxy movie, or read a book, or go to the park, or whatever. Just do things that are different than going to see Mario enough times that you can realize how much of a bummer it is that Mario movie exists. Um, Actually, I'll give you a good adjacent thing you can do. You can just watch the movie from 1993. It's
You can watch
kind
a
of
lot of
interesting.
stuff.
There's a lot of stuff you
It's
could watch.
Illumination, right?
Yes, it's an Illumination film. Yes.
Watch Despicable Me.
Watch Despicable Me. They've made some good movies over that
Yes.
Illumination.
They're capable of making a
They're
good film.
capable of making good films. The Mario movies are not good films. I don't think there's any sense I have that they'll ever be good. I am sad that they exist, and I'm sad that it is so successful. Okay, all right. Lovick asking, what's the most useless kitchen gadget you own? Ooh.
Follow, should I buy a Ninja Creamy?
Followed by,
It's
should I
really funny.
buy? Yeah, it's really, really, really funny.
The most useless? We don't have a tremendous amount of kitchen gadgets. Oh,
I
I did buy something
have,
for fun,
yeah,
which is a little lemon lime slice squeezer shaped like a fish, so it spits out the juice.
that's
But
cute.
it's very thin though, and it doesn't
Yeah, so
squeeze
it doesn't
great.
squeeze.
So
Yeah,
like,
kind of useless.
but it looks great. Beautiful gowns.
I have a pineapple core. I don't think pineapple cores make a lot of
Oh
sense.
yeah,
I have a avocado scoop. Don't do that. Just use a spoon.
just use a spoon.
Yeah, they're just things that like they're just some random dumb shit I have.
Hmm.
I don't have like an appliance that I think is useless. I think appliances are too big to fuck up. I did have a waffle iron at one point that I did think was useless. I got rid of it. Um, should you buy a Ninja Creamy? I don't own a Ninja Creamy. I have heard good things. They're versatile. I will say Ninja products are in kind of a budget tier for these kinds of
Yes.
things, but
They're good for the
pretty
price that
good.
they are.
They're
But you
pretty
have to
good.
be okay in your mind that that product will never feel clean.
It'll never feel clean. That is true.
You can't really take
Um,
it apart the way you should be able to. It will
no,
never feel clean, but it
no,
will work.
no.
How much
Um,
you could be eating ice cream?
how much that's a good if you are eating ice cream a lot and you want to make a lot of ice cream, I would just buy a fucking ice cream maker. That's what I would buy. Because there are really good ice cream makers that'll make better ice cream, I've heard, than a Ninja Creamy. And if that's what you're going for, then I would buy an ice cream maker. But a Ninja Creamy does good enough. But yeah, you can't really take it apart and wash it the way that you
Yeah.
would want to. Sphinx asking, I think a great question, but like one of those questions that I'm like, that makes
How
me
long do you
go,
have?
but how long do I have? But also like everyone else does this, right?
Right.
Sphinx asking, is there a song lyric that pops in your head occasionally? Occasionally. Okay. For example, there's a lyric from Slumber Party by Bridget Calls Me Baby that occasionally plays in my head. I bought Blue Velvet on a DVD. I brought it to the slumber party. Um, yeah.
Anything that Homer Simpson has ever sang on The Simpsons, whether
Yeah.
or not I know the song.
Yeah.
The Little Spanish Flea, obviously. Uh,
Yeah.
8675309,
Yeah.
obviously.
Obviously. Um,
Uh,
my blood runs cold. My memory has just been sold. That's from Jay Gal's band, Centerfold. I think about that all the time.
I'm in the house
Um,
like carpet on
it's
occasion.
really good. Yeah.
A K-pop song called "Wondering" by a group called CIX,
Yeah.
where it's like a fun little da 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 kind of pop song,
Hmm.
and then all of a sudden the rapper BX comes in over that beat and says, "I don't have time to be depressed."
Yeah.
I think about that a lot.
Um,
Oh,
around
shopping,
from shopping. Yeah.
anything in shopping.
From January 1st to like February 20th, if I was in my office kitchen making coffee at 2 in the afternoon and I thought I was alone, I would just be singing, Devi tira ma foto de quando te tuve, devi darle más beso y abrazo, la vez que pude. So, like, yeah, it's everything. Um, a lot of Interpol songs, like "How are things on the West Coast?" I just think about that all the time. Yeah, of course, yes. This happens all the time.
And probably
Jess,
many more.
many more. Jesse asking, I'm really sad I read the whole question before I started reading it for the show. It's one of the fucking funniest questions we've ever been asked. I'm in Texas doing a road trip from Houston to Dallas. It's Easter weekend, so I need a good recommendation. What's the best church?
The one who makes the chickens.
Yeah, yeah. There are a lot of churches on the interstate. I would definitely go to one of those. You get some
For an
spicy.
actual church, you need to like reverse sort by square footage. The
Yeah,
smaller it is,
yeah,
maybe the more, or you
yeah,
have to find that sweet spot. If it's approximately the size of a middle school gymnasium, you're
yeah.
probably fine.
You're probably fine. Yeah,
Anything else, get the hell out of there.
I listen. I don't. I wouldn't even recommend my parents' church. It's too big. It's like too like don't no. Mm-mm. Well, if you're going from Houston to Dallas, I mean, you just go to Joel Osteen's. Start with Joel. Get some ciento por ciento tacos on your way out, and then stop at a different church on the way up. Just stop every I don't know hour or so. Go to a different church.
Yeah, every time your buff fades, then you're gonna need to
Hmm.
go
You're
find
gonna need
another
to go back.
church.
You gotta re up. You gotta re up.
Yeah.
It doesn't stack. It just like restarts. Okay, Blackjack Attack asking if you could pick one video game sound effect to replace as sound in real life, what sound would you choose and what would you replace? I mean,
Minecraft pickup noise. Little
yeah. For what would it be replacing?
picking stuff
Picking
up.
stuff up. Got it. I
Even
would.
if it's really heavy, there should just be a little.
This is a tricky one because I'm annoyed by both of these sounds, so I don't know why my mind went here first. But I would rather have Link's almost dead heart sound than battery chirp from a smoke detector.
Okay. But that's so
Like
much more frequent.
it is so much more frequent. It is true. Like so,
Hey,
it's
you're gonna change the batteries.
yeah. You gotta change the batteries. Or but what if it was Navi, and she goes hey every single time that's supposed to
Hey.
happen. Anyway, that's one. Uh, Bone Chug Actual.
Oh, I had one and it went away. Maybe someday.
Bone Chug Actual asking. I'm about to sound
Your favorite.
so. I'm about to sound so annoying. Okay, but I do love it. Unironically, when we get a listener of the VGV podcast that does not listen to If You're Driving, Close Your Eyes. I
Uh-huh.
wish everyone in the world would listen to both podcasts. But Bone Chug Actual asking, do any of your appliances have little songs or chimes when they're done doing something and you sing them back to them? Bone Chug Actual, I do not sing them back to them. I lament, I bellow a mocking refrain at them when they do it because I fucking hate it when my dryer is like beep 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 pop 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 pop. I hate it. I
But
fucking
if it
hate
did
it.
make the fart sound,
Well, if it did make the fart
that'd
sound,
be a
it'd be
different
great.
story.
It would be great. I don't like it. I don't like it when appliances sing at me. I don't need it. I'm good. I hate it. So I don't sing the back of them.
No.
Do you have any?
I try to ignore them to the best of my
Yeah.
ability.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Hate.
Are my heroes here asking, are any of the games that have had a time limit as a major mechanic actually been improved by having a time limit? Yeah.
Y- y-
Yeah.
Yeah, they're usually built around it. Even things
Yeah.
like scoring or something.
Yeah. I mean, My Hero Zero, Majora's Mask is an example that you do use here. It's such a soft time limit. I mean, you can restart the whole thing at any point.
Hmm.
Though games with real hard time limits, like
That
what
one
is?
bastard mission in The Simpsons Hit and Run where you have to pick up those boxes. Or is it
Oh,
fireworks? It's one
that's
of those
really
two
funny.
things. Love that game down.
Uh, what is the name of the? What's the name? Is it 11th hour? I think that's
The 11th
time.
Hour is a game.
I don't remember. Okay, there's a game called D2 game. I think it's D2. Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking about. Or no, the original D. The original D is what I'm thinking about. D is a timed it's an interactive movie survival horror game kind of thing. And there is a pause mechanic, I believe, but it's a timed game. So one time I went, I like rented it, and I played this on Sega Saturn, and I rented it, and I was like, my mom was like, "We gotta go somewhere," so I like was like, "All right, I gotta pause," and so I paused the game, and I was like, "Great, I'll come back and play later." And then when I
Uh-huh.
came back, the game was like, "You're fucking dead. You ran out of time," and I was like, "What happened?" And I like looked it up, and it's like, yeah, it has a timer it runs out.
That's
So
strange. So maybe not
yeah.
that one.
Yeah, not all of them do, but I think Majora's Mask and ones that like are really smart about it. I mean, like Outer Worlds. Nope, Outer Wilds. Jesus, I normally don't do it in that order. Um, Outer Wilds has got one, and I think that's improved because of it, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, just a few more. Jason asking, are there any games you loved at the time you played, but you cannot remember anything about them beyond the vibe? For me, jazz punk, which is
Anything but
pretty
the
funny.
vibe.
Pretty funny answer because I'm close to agreeing on jazz punk, but I do remember parts of that game. Um, here's the thing.
Anything but the vibe.
Here's the thing. It's hard to remember something
Right, that you
without
don't remember.
remembering the elements of it. Um,
Just
so I'm
going through
trying
my
to. So
Steam
I'm going.
library.
Yeah, I'm like going through my like Rolodex of games I know I've like played and or beaten, but don't have like a strong opinion about. Um,
There's some like RPG Maker stuff from back in the day that always kind of
sure.
like blurs together for me. Like,
Sure.
what happens in the witch's house, don't really remember.
Sure.
But I remember
Yeah.
it being scary.
Scary. Um, there's a game called Z, which is like a real time strategy game
Just
that
picking letter games today.
I know I am. I am.
D and
There was
Z.
there was a PC game called Z that was like a robot based strategy, real time strategy game. That I feel like I played a lot, and I remember the box art very specifically, but I don't. And I remember thinking that the vibe was cool, but the game was bad. But I don't really remember why I think the game is bad. So that's maybe the closest example. Um,
Yeah. There's got to be something I turned off within a couple of hours, and I said, man, whatever.
yeah,
And I just don't remember anything about.
yeah. Uh, Beard Dragoon. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man. Which generation let them take away paid lunches? 9 to 5 used to actually be 9 to 5, not 9 to 5:30. Can we burn the system down yet? I mean, I'll give you
Anytime.
one. I'll give you one further, bud. Like commute time.
Yes.
Yeah, like people take lunches at their desks at crazy rates, folks. I am very guilty of that. I eat at my desk 4 days a week, probably. Um,
Sometimes, if you work a part time job at a food
mhm,
location, and maybe even full time, you're
yeah,
not allowed to leave.
no,
You have to eat their
you
food
have to
and
eat
still
there
pay for it.
and still pay for it. That's the crazy part.
We
That's
could
the
start
really
burning
crazy part.
stuff yesterday.
I'm good. Yeah, like we can do that whenever you want. Jason asking, are they ever going to make a good video game again? They might.
Oh, yeah.
I
There's a
think it's
good
a good
chance.
chance. Will
100%.
anyone ever be gutsy enough to try to make another Ouya? Now, if you just mean like a box with Android games on them, probably not. Probably not, right?
A
Probably
box with
not.
just Android games?
Probably not.
But are technically all the little emulation machines are
But
just
that, but,
Androids.
but I'm not taking the little box and like if I was ever taking the Ouya on the train and going, I'm playing my Ouya. You can do that with a little emulation
I guess
handheld.
that, but I could imagine them making a bigger one that you have to keep in the house. Here is my analog GameCube. Except they can't call it. If the other
That
one's
yeah,
called the Pocket, then this one is called the analog floor, where she
it'll-
sits on the floor and plugs into your TV, and it can play Resident
That's really
Evil 1,
funny.
2, and 3 running on an
I
Android emulator.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think someone else said this already, but the play date is dangerously close.
It's close. It's
It
close.
has some Ouya vibes
It's
to it,
close.
but
It's
not in
got
a bad
Ouya
way.
vibes. Yeah. Um, Bonechuck Actual asking, what IRL activity are you grinding XP on today? Oh man, I better be careful.
Drinking Kroger Big K colas. I meant to tell
That's a good
this to
one.
you for no reason before the start of the podcast, but I
Hmm.
got the little versions of these because, as you know, I love
The
soda.
minis, sure.
Yes. And I said, "Oh, these are good little Coca-Cola
Hmm.
imitators."
Yeah.
The big one tastes completely different.
No way.
This one tastes like vanilla Coke, and the little
That's
ones
wild.
taste more
Like
like
Coca-Cola
a
Classic.
like vintage cola, which is not
Sure.
quite Coca-Cola, but it's like
Right.
obviously living in the same family. This tastes like straight vanilla Coke.
Ooh, weird.
And I like vanilla Coke, but I said, that's a lot, Robin.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
I love sugar, but the way that vanilla Coke tastes sugar-wise is
I've
a lot.
never, I've never understood. I'm very much a hater of the idea that soda is dessert, and for
Oh, yeah.
some reason, like that's been kind of the vibe of like, yeah, the strawberries and cream,
The cherry
Dr.
float,
Pepper.
Coca-Cola.
I'm like, no, I don't want that.
That's the thing. I can chug a lug any dark soda all day
Yeah.
long. Even for me, para me, Dr. Pepper
Hmm.
strawberries and cream is too sweet. I can barely get
Way
through
too
one.
sweet. Way too sweet. Way too sweet.
No, I'm not into all these
Um,
dessert ones. The fruit ones are good though.
what IRL activity are you grinding out XP today? I've pooped twice.
Oh.
So I got my bar up a little bit there. Um,
It's like Skyrim. Every
it's
time
like,
you poop, you get the
yeah,
movement. 78.
yeah. I've done good with water today. I've drank a lot of water, so that was good. Without giving too much away, video editing.
Uh-huh.
I've done that. Working on a day off. I've right next to me on that.
Womp.
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 We're gonna skip one question and come back to it. Lovic asking, "Is there a games media outlet for the youths, and does Lotus still count as a youth?"
I don't think so.
I don't think you count as a
But the
youth.
thing is, I felt like that for a while, but people older than you will always say yes.
No, I don't. I don't think you count as a youth. You are younger than me by a lot, but I don't think you of you as a youth.
I only say it relatively because I'm almost as old as Gen Z can get.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's just funny to say it to me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. Is there a games media outlet for the youths? No, there's not a games media outlet for anybody right now.
I was gonna say there's nothing.
There's
Like
nothing.
a media outlet? No.
No, no, there's not. It doesn't exist, which is interesting because hey, like that's kind of how the thing was made at the beginning was reach out to the kids who like it. There was a weird, oh man, if I think about this too hard, too fast, I'm going to get real weird. But there's no longer a conversation happening between us and kids,
Hmm.
which sounds like a weird thing to say out of context. But
Yeah,
like, but
it's
like, but like, the,
something.
like the right, the 35-year-olds writing Game Pro magazine
This is me
were
squeezing you.
were writing to kids. They were writing to
Yes,
kids.
because it's something that I have thought about. I think about on a regular basis, but I really think about within like the last couple of years is that what few games writers and even developers are left are so horribly out of touch to
Yeah,
the point of like not being able to understand very basic ways that people talk. Like the
yeah,
whole thing of a fairly strong contingent, I'd say, of games writers, developers, and likers
hmm,
getting weirdly upset at the kids calling it friend slop
right.
because I don't think that they understand the level of like post-ironic irony
No,
that
they're
Gen Z talks with.
all the way in. Yeah, yep,
Calling it slops to begin with was neutral, but also a joke. So
yep.
calling something friend slop is not an insult. It's just
No,
words.
yeah. This is
Just
words, huh?
stuff like that where I'm like, or just not never having heard of certain games or not being able to tell when something is gonna like pop off, like Lethal
Yeah,
Company or Peak. I'm like, no shit in the universe has ever been so obvious, but we're
yeah.
all
Right.
acting like it's a
It
shadow
came out of
sleeper hit out of
nowhere.
nowhere.
Right. Yeah,
Hello?
yeah,
Strange.
yeah. Um, it's a good question. I appreciate that. And Grace finally updating us. Okay, so I got the Switch 2 in Pocopia. Congratulations.
Yay.
She says, thanks for the push. It's been a long time since I was so into a game. I spend all day thinking about the next time I get to play it. Oh, that's great. I like Pocopia a lot as well. What other Switch 2 exclusives are you excited for? Now, listen, you've got an exclusive Switch 2 game
I'm looking
available
up
to you right now
Switch
if
2
you wanted another
exclusives.
one, which is Donkey Kong Bonanza. I think that's a really good game. You should try it. Yeah, I think you can totally skip Mario Kart World, unless you've got the one with the pack in, which is fine. I don't think Mario Kart World's very good. Um, I think it kind of stinks. Um, I would say Tamagotchi Life is one coming up really soon that I would say is a really good one. Upcoming.
That come out on Switch 1 though too, no?
Ooh, does it?
I think it's Tomodachi Life, yes. There's the Dusk Bloods, which is from Software's game.
Does it? Hold on. Hold on.
Splatoon Raiders. Is this real?
Wait, what? Well, no. No, don't do that. No.
Just
Hey,
the sounds
no,
of us
folks.
Googling stuff.
Just us Googling stuff. Tomodachi. Fuck me. I'm just dumb. I'm just like an idiot, you know? Why do they let me do anything? It
Why
does.
do they
It
let me
is.
touch the computer?
Sorry. It is Nintendo Switch. That's correct. I apologize. I've thought for some reason, some stupid
Trying to
reason.
sell Nintendo Switch 2s.
Damn. Damn.
Foiled again.
exclusives. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Duskbloods is definitely an interesting one. That's definitely upcoming. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, which is going to sell 100 million copies, according to Niki and Lotus. As heard from last week.
3 million and then goes immediately into the ether. Hey, you know what? What's a game that you played and enjoyed but don't remember anything about? Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Yeah. Yep.
I walked around and I unraveled a Waddle Dee.
Orbitals. That's one.
Oh yeah.
Orbitals looks cool. I would say that's one. Duskbloods and Orbitals, those are great. Whatever eventual 3D Mario game that's not coming out this year will come out. Will be
I still
good.
want them to shadow drop it just for you.
It's just for me.
Not
please.
Anybody else.
Just for me. Just give it to me. I'm not even sick. I just want it. You know?
Maybe you need to pretend to be sick.
I probably need to.
You need to get the campaign going.
I probably need to pretend to be sick. Thanks so much, everyone, for your questions. We answered 100% of them this week. I'm so proud of us.
Yay.
That's once again vgbs.com/join. You can join the Hive and ask us questions every single week through our Discord. Oh, Lotus, are you ready for the one review that we have gotten this week?
I am. You had a big reaction when you read it right before we started.
I had a big reaction. And you know what? It's made even better by the fact, well, you'll figure it out. You'll see why I'm going to read it. You'll figure it out very quickly. Okay, this week's 5-star review from Rawr, I'm a Bear. You're welcome, by the way. I did the whole thing for you. Rawr, I'm a Bear. 5 stars, great podcast. I have to get in character. Oh my gosh, I just heard that John was in a car accident. I hope that they're okay.
Yay! For the people, I was so mad. And the thing is, when you laugh that hard, I knew that this is what it was going to be. I knew in my heart and soul. Last week, or however often we record these, no one's quite sure. I talked about the fact that I purchased a used vehicle, and and it was right at the end of the show, and I didn't think in the moment.
Yeah.
I just want to keep my promise to you. I want to hold myself accountable.
Yeah.
Moments after the show ended, I said, "Fuck, I should have made fun of you."
You had it. You had it.
It's not every day opportunity falls into your lap and you just let it go like that.
It's not every day. That's totally true. Rawr, I'm a Bear.
Harder next time.
Thank you so much for your rating and your review. Made me laugh very, very hard when I read it earlier today. So I appreciate that. You can leave us a review. We'll read it on the show. Even the bad ones, unless they're really mean. There have been 2 I've seen in the past few months that I have not read because they were really mean in a way that I didn't think were funny.
You got to be fun mean.
You got to be fun mean. Otherwise, I'm not going to read it on the show. But I appreciate everyone dropping a review. It helps us out quite a lot. I promise it's a real big deal. And if you're over on YouTube, thanks for your comments. We love the 10 or so commenters we always get every single week. That really also helps us a lot. We appreciate the engagement for sure. Lotus, do you have anything to plug?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
All right. Okay, now that we're delineating pitch plug mode.
You were thinking about the ABS system.
I was. You can go to feetlegal.com and watch a brand new advertisement for Glider. It's a 30-second ad that we purchased and produced. And boy, it's really high quality and cool and neat. And I'm really shocked about how cool it is. So go check it out. We are shipping these out all over this great United States and Canada. It's great. If you don't know what a Glider is, it's a foot-based controller for PC, Mac, and Linux. And it's great. It helps you move awkward stuff off your hands into your feet while you play games. Which has nothing to do with the question I answered earlier. Okay?
Nothing to do with it. Not a thing.
Okay. We're ending plug mode. Hey, thanks for listening to another episode of the VGB's podcast. We really appreciate you. every single week. Hopefully Niki will be back from, oh no, for sure Niki will be back next week from the thing. Lotus, I hear you might be going to space.
I will be in space for some time.
Yeah, for
It
a
is
little
my
while.
birthday to celebrate no longer being a youth.
That's amazing. Well, we will miss you for a couple weeks.
I'll come back with a full debrief and everything.
Full debrief. I can't wait to hear it. Niki will be back next week with special guest Chris Plant. So can't wait to have them on the show.
The scoops.
With the scoops. But until then, keep on buzzing.